On Monday morning, I took an early train to Cologne, which is a city in Germany. I decided to take an earlier train because I was kind of afraid of having maybe spontaneous or unplanned delays, and I didn't want to risk reaching late. That's something very important to me that if I have an appointment or if I need to meet up with friends or somebody invites me, I love to be at least 5 to 10 minutes earlier unless something really goes wrong and I get late. And I didn't regret reaching the city early because that gave me the opportunity to wander about and visit this nice little church. I've been to Cologne before and I had often seen this church, but I had never entered it till today. But since I had more time on hand before the appointment, I actually went in, and honestly, it was just so peaceful. I, in general, like churches a lot because of the atmosphere inside. It is always so calm and just gives you time to think or to pray or just sit there in silence and regulate your system. So I actually went in and had some time to myself before actually heading towards my appointment. After spending like 10 to 15 minutes at the church, I headed to my appointment. And after my appointment, I was feeling so thirsty and hungry, but I was not very hungry in the sense that I needed to have a full meal. So I actually headed to the nearest Starbucks and got myself a nice cold strawberry matcha latte and a nice fudgy choco brownie, which definitely didn't disappoint. And I actually chilled there for some time before taking the train back home. I didn't do much on Tuesday, but on Wednesday I went out with a friend of mine. Together we drove to this little farm area. They had a small marketplace with stuff that they produced themselves or grew themselves, and honestly, the amount of items on display was just amazing. They had really, really cool products. I wanted to buy everything, but anyway, I tried to control myself and bought only one, two stuff. But yeah, afterwards, we just spent the time there walking through the flower fields, taking pictures, spending some time in nature because there were not a lot of people at that time there, and it was just very, very peaceful. My highlight was watching the little chicks. This is kind of the first time I had ever seen like little chicks like in front of my eyes like that, apart from watching them on TV. So for me, it was very, very wholesome. some point, my friend and I started feeling hungry, so we actually drove to another part of the city where we could actually like sit on the banks of a river because there was this cafe right at the banks of it, and we ordered ourselves some nice little burgers, which were very, very tasty. And we spent the whole afternoon just catching up, talking, and yeah, having a very wholesome little afternoon. And I think I really needed this. Of course, I like staying home and doing my own thing, but I find it very healthy and also very fun to sometimes go out and have a little, catching up session with a friend of yours or a family member if that's what you prefer. But yeah, I enjoyed the afternoon and then it was time to go home. All in all, it was a day well spent. As Thursday rolled in, I woke up feeling pretty energized and very relaxed. I was craving pancakes, however, and I was thinking whether I should actually make pancakes or not, or, just go in with a normal breakfast. But then I thought, nope, I have time, I'm at home, I'm going to do something that will make me actually happy. So I made myself some nice buttery fluffy pancakes and I wanted to have them with maple syrup for a change because usually I'm a very chocolate syrup type of person. But yeah, today I went in with maple syrup and it didn't disappoint. I was just very happy that I actually gave in to my craving and had something that I truly enjoyed. I think like on that day, I didn't really do much. Even though when I say I didn't do much, it sounds like, oh, I wish I would be more productive. But honestly, it was good to actually not do much. I just had my breakfast, I took a shower, I came out, I decided to read a book, but somehow at some point I started feeling a bit drowsy, which is odd because I'm a person who can't really sleep during the day unless I'm very sick or something. But afterwards, I decided to give in to what my body was signaling to me, and I just laid down for some time. And I think I might have been on the couch for like 20 or 30 minutes, but it was just good. After that, I didn't really feel sleepy because I had actually given my body what it needed. I didn't really sleep super deeply, but I definitely was able to give myself some rest, which maybe the body needed. Now, sometimes I think, well, I had a good night's sleep. Why would I be tired? But sometimes it's not just that you're tired in the sense that you need to sleep or that you didn't sleep enough. Sometimes the body is just a bit lazy or it just wants a little bit of extra comfort or is just wanting to, relax or go a little bit in a sleep mode, which is also okay. I know a lot of people try to fight this feeling, but honestly, it's healthy. If you feel like a small nap is something that will help you, then it's okay to do that. Or at least just lay down, close your eyes, or lay down and, do some deep breathing or listen to some meditative music, anything that calms you down, anything that signalizes to your body that, okay, I can calm down now. It's fine. And after some minutes, when you feel ready, then you can wake up. At around 5 p.m., I definitely got interested in making myself a hot cup of tea, and I try to make my tea time a little bit more ritualistic because I don't know, I just love all things vintage. So I love having a nice aesthetic platter. I like letting the tea sit. I like seeing it sit. I like see the color change and yeah, just basically the whole process of making tea. So yeah, that's what I was doing here. And yeah, the video looks a bit awkward because I was actually holding my phone in one hand and recording. But yes, as you can see on the TV, I am watching Donald Duck. Honestly, sometimes it's so nice to watch old cartoons rather than watching YouTube videos or TikToks or I don't know, a series or something, which is always very mentally stimulating and engaging. Sometimes watching old cartoons helps me, calm down and kind of disconnect from real world a little bit and take me back into my childhood or simply have fun because I find it very funny. I don't like the modern age cartoons that nowadays kids watch sometimes because I find it very overstimulating and too colorful compared to the old Disney cartoons that I grew up watching. But hey, that's just my opinion. You may or may not agree with me, but you can let me know in the comments if you do or do not. From the day before, I had actually bought a huge pack of pasta. I mean, just 500 grams of pasta and a vegetarian bolognese sauce from the marketplace where I was with my friend. And I wanted to give it a try today. So today's dinner was basically just that. I boiled the noodles first and cooked the sauce, but I added some mushrooms and chili oil and some extra vegan like ground meat to the sauce because I wanted it to be a bit more full, a bit more wholesome. And yeah, in the end, it really tasted good and I was not disappointed. So I'm definitely going to be going there again and buying myself that sauce. One thing about me is that I love to decorate or actually play with different colors and change stuff very often in my apartment. And that's why I changed my dining table setup and added new table mats and just a nice little aesthetic touch, which made it very cozy.